Month, which is American history. There's a sign back there that says DOGE actually means dangerous oligarchs grab everything. Well, ain't that the truth? I am so tired of these billionaire boys and their grubby little hands grabbing at everything. Hands off our bodies, hands off our data, hands off our tax refunds, hands off our social security checks, hands off our constitution, hands off our democracy, hands off.
Congresswoman, what do you have to say about the fact that FEMA just spent $59 million housing illegal immigrants while people in Western North Carolina lived in tents for the past 4 months? What do you have to say about that? Do you accept that? Do you accept that? Do you accept the fact that, because DOGE exposed that today, it sounds like you have a big problem with the fact that DOGE, I'm not blocking her. I'm not blocking. Excuse me. Are you okay with that? Do you condemn the fact that DOGE exposed FEMA for sending $59 million to house illegal immigrants today? Oh, what's that look? What's that look?
Look, let me tell you something. I'll take a bit of umbrage here. I'll speak on behalf of my colleagues. I think I can say we are all willing to work with anyone who's serious about doing the work of censoring the American people and advancing progress. But they are not serious.
Hey, yo, why are all of these honest, hardworking politicians that only do things in the best interests of the American people, why are they all so upset now? Why are they panicking? Why don't they want Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency going through what's actually been going on with our money? Why not? Most of us, we work jobs. We have, from small businesses to large corporations, employees are audited. Right? I'm audited for my job. Some jobs are audited 4 times a year. Some jobs are audited every month. But Congress members of all sorts, I'm seeing a lot more Democrats, though. And hey, if there's crooked Republicans, expose them all. I'm just saying, I'm seeing a lot of Democrats getting up there, trying to protest, trying to galvanize some people. Now they have a hate campaign targeting Elon Musk, similar to what they've done to President Trump in the past. And it's funny because Elon Musk is like the king of electric vehicles, and these people claim to, want the world to go green and green everything. We even had recyclable straws or paper straws up until President Trump, thank God, signed an executive order to bring the plastic straws back. If plastic is bad for you, so what? So is me getting paper particles all in my drink. But the biggest reason the left has for hating Elon Musk is that he gave us X. He gave us our free speech back when a lot of these platforms were deplatforming, they were demonetizing, or they were just shadow banning people for trying to spread information, just have a conversation. They don't even want us doing that. We're supposed to believe whatever they tell us, and that's it. Which brings me to my story today. You're going to have this bobblehead get up on the stage and say the quiet part out loud. Say what her and the Democrats have been thinking privately out loud. And I don't get this. As an elected member of Congress, you would not think she is this stupid. Let's get to the clip.
Look, let me tell you something. I'll take a bit of umbrage here. I'll speak on behalf of my colleagues. I think I can say we are all willing to work with anyone who's serious about doing the work of censoring the American people and advancing progress.
As I've said before on this channel, when these politicians tell you what they're thinking, tell you what they want to do, believe them. Here she is telling you she wants Americans censored. Forget the First Amendment. You already know the Democrats don't care about the Second Amendment. What's next? She is seriously up here, and these people behind her support what she's saying. Most of these Democrats and bureaucrats support what she's saying. Never mind Elon Musk and DOGE being super transparent.
He's not been transparent. I mean, they are
making routine announcements about the things they are finding, and they are inviting questions about the things they are finding every single day.
But by definition, he's not being transparent. They're not providing data for the things that they say they have found evidence of. They just aren't.
The White House has provided.
You can make announcements, and he also did admit that he actually.
So you just don't believe it. I mean, they are providing information. You just choose not to believe that it's true.
These people seriously think our money is their money, and they could spend it however they see fit. Our government generates no money. All the money that they have is because of taxpayers. And now she's offended because Americans want to see, hey, how have you been spending my money? She doesn't want us having these conversations online, and a lot of these platforms don't want us having these conversations for whatever reason. I don't understand, from a small entrepreneur or even a small minimum wage worker all the way up to a billionaire or trillionaire or whatever it is, Elon Musk, if he's really the richest man in the world. Why wouldn't you want your government looked into to see where your tax money is actually being spent? ABL said this, and it was a great analogy. It's like if they are taking our money and just lighting it on fire in front of us, instead of them just let us keep our money because they're wasting it anyway. Instead of just letting us keep our money and doing what we want to do with our own money, they just set it on fire, and we just have to deal with it. And they take it before we even get an opportunity to make the decision of if we want them to take it or not. This is why now, more important than ever, it's important for people to be posting and reposting and sharing things like this. They don't want us to see it. And as much as they get up here and protest and give these speeches, they still have not addressed the money that Elon Musk and his team are uncovering.
But you know what? I haven't heard one single person who's upset with President Trump or Mr. Musk talk about what he's found. They don't want to talk about the spending porn, the waste of taxpayer money that he's found. I tell you who is interested: the American people. The people in America who get up every day and go to work and obey the law and pay their taxes and try to educate their kids and try to do the right thing by their kids and try to save a little money for retirement, and have had to live through 20% inflation under President Biden. They understand what Musk is doing. They understand spending porn.
They haven't addressed the DEI Transformer comic books here, and the DEI and the Transformer opera over there in Ireland, and whatever else is going on. They won't address it, but they have a problem with the person that's calling out the BS. A lot of those people crying that Elon Musk was not elected, they're bureaucrats too. Elon has access to our personal information and our private data. So do all of these other companies. When you go on your phone, you go into your banking app, they have all of your information. They're not even a government entity. When you go on to all of these things, they have access down to your fingerprints. If on your Google Wallet, you could have whatever saved in there. You don't question it. You do it without thinking twice. But when it comes to somebody going in there and auditing the government, I don't understand how any logical tax-paying citizen would have an issue with this. If there's corruption in the government, wouldn't you want to know?
We can legislate justice. Amen. We can legislate healing. And we're certainly long overdue. And for those that would say we need to just get over it, that's interesting. When as a nation you are benefiting right now from an economy that was built on the brutalized backs and the indignities and the horrors of chattel slavery and our African ancestors.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Black people in 2025 fetishize slavery and Jim Crow like something I've never seen. Okay, you have a woman that has been elected into Congress. Does she understand black people only make about what, 13 to 16% of the overall population? She was elected to Congress, so white people voted for her too. She probably makes at least almost $200,000 a year, at least. Okay, that's not even counting her unrealized capital gains that they wanted to tax on, right? If Kamala was in office, we'd be taxed on that. Went to a college where she was educated in Massachusetts, which is one of the highest tuition costs for college, and also one of the highest degrees or prestige when it comes to the level of education. But she insists on crying the victim, crying about reparations. Oh, Ayanna, did you once ask President Joe Biden or Kamala Harris for any sort of reparations plan? Did you have Kamala Harris, the first black woman vice president, potential next president, did you ask her to put a plan in motion? You had 4 years. You had 4 years. And now within less than 4 weeks of Trump being in office, here you go with reparations. How come you didn't tell former President Biden, instead of giving billions of dollars to the illegals, Ukraine, all over the place, instead of that, how come you didn't tell him, why not send that, give that money in the form of reparations back to black Americans? Why not? This whole thing is a grift. She doesn't mean any of this. She just want to get some airtime, and because the orange man is in office, she want to start her career up again. Remember, the squad, quote unquote, the squad got big under Trump's first administration. They were the ones out there, you know, the loudest ones in the room. Her, AOC, Ilhan Omar, what's her name? Rashida Tlaib. All right, it was all of them. That's where they started making a name for themselves. In closing, what do you think about DOGE going into these spaces and cleaning house? We're already seeing where we could potentially make government cuts. If that means losing whole departments, losing a lot of employees, I really don't care. All right, because to me, we're paying people's $174K annual salary for them to do nothing. There's certain departments where they said when requests for money came in, they just send it. They had never even denied a request. The money didn't even go to our infrastructure or fixing our cities or anything. How many people drive on the roads and there's potholes all throughout your city? I hope all of it gets exposed, and anybody that allowed for this to happen needs to be held responsible. I don't care if they're Republican, Democrat, Independent, Green Party, I don't care. None of these politicians can stop what's happening. It's already too big. By the time we get the information that, hey, DOGE found this and DOGE found that, they have all the evidence that they need, and then they've already moved on to the next thing. These people are reacting to things that happened 2-3 days ago, and it's hilarious to see them squirm and, hey, man, get your popcorn ready. They thought that this would go on forever, and that the American people, the idiots that we are, we would just continue to let it happen. But nope, November 24th or 25th, whenever election day was last year, we mandated President Trump, who said that he will be starting up this department headed by Musk, to go in there and see what the hell is going on, see where the money is going, follow the paper trail, and that's what they've been doing. And these people, they can't take any more of it. First USAID, then the CFPB, next the IRS, and that's why Ayanna Pressley, along with who I believe a lot of Democrats, want us censored. They don't want us having these conversations. These platforms don't want us having these conversations. But it's too big. People are talking, sharing, reposting, and that's why we have to continue pushing the message, because if we had let these people get in power or remain in power, they would be censoring us even more. All right, and it's not fair that conservatives are censored. You should be able to have your voice on any platform. They don't want to answer to the missing money. All they want to do is point the finger at the man that's finding that money is missing. They don't want to be honest with the American people about what's really been going on. And they don't want to even just get some common freaking sense. How do you think that you're going to get more popular, more people on board with you, more of the young people's vote when you're talking about censoring people? We've been going through that for damn near a decade now of the censorship, and Americans are done with it. If we don't like something, just flip the freaking channel. But these organizations have no right to trample all over Americans' First Amendment. But this coming from the Democrats is nothing new, because these people don't believe in the Constitution. They don't believe in America. They don't believe in our system of capitalism, even though so many of them benefit from capitalism. Man, I could go all day with this, man, but I'm not gonna. I'm interested to know whatever you're thinking in the comments section, man. This is just crazy. Till the next video, y'all be safe and stay wavy.
Repetition is the father of learning.